Good morning, and thanks for joining us today. My name is Violeta. I'm very happy to share that today we talk about Oracle Forms apps and Oracle Apex services. We are joined by two speakers. We have Monica Godoy, who is a member of the product management team in Oracle, and Paolo Paolucci, who is our Apex and data development specialist. And if you watch any of these sessions recordings in the future, there might be some differences in the Cloud Console menu because we enhance our products on a regular basis. I think that was all on my side. Monica, over to you.
Thank you so much, Violeta.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Let me share the screen really quick. All right. Perfect. As I said, thank you everyone again for joining us today. My name is Monica Godoy. I'm Senior Principal Product Manager for Oracle Apex, and I'm proud to present along with Paolo Paolucci, and also we have the great help from Victor Mendo, who is going to be answering all your questions on the chat. So please keep Victor very busy today. Please feel free to ask questions about Apex and also about the modernization. I noticed on the poll that not everyone is a Forms developer, but also in case that you are not a Forms developer, you are going to learn something new today, okay? So feel free to ask questions, and hopefully you are going to enjoy the demo that we have prepared today for you. All right, so this is a safe harbor statement as always. And let's get started with, I would like to share a bit of my own story, okay? Because after I graduated from university, I started working with a company that was delivering their own core system using Oracle Forms. As you know, Oracle Forms is the Oracle's long-established technology to design and build enterprise applications. It's a component of Oracle Fusion middleware, and with Oracle Forms, this company was delivering powerful desktop applications. But I have to be honest with you because it took me a while to become a productive developer with Forms. And also, this company was facing a couple of challenges. For example, the managers wanted to run the dashboards or the reports on any device, and that was not possible. Also, for them, it was really hard to find skilled Oracle Forms developers. Anyway, a few years later, I discovered something called Oracle Apex. And Apex is the most popular enterprise low-code application platform. And to me, that I used to be a Forms developer was like a total revelation. I was able to deliver a scalable and secure enterprise application in a fraction of the time that it took me to create Forms applications. And also the feedback from the customers and the end users was great. They were fascinated by the fact that they were able to run exactly the same application on any device. They just need to go to the browser and run the application. They were fascinated by the features that Apex provides, and also they didn't need to do any type of configuration in order to run those applications. And also, just so you know, Apex is available everywhere you can have an Oracle database. Actually, you can run Apex on cloud or on premises. Also, I would like to mention something about the tremendous adoption of Apex in the market today. We have over 21 million applications created today, and there are thousands and thousands of Apex developers worldwide that are creating more applications every day. All right? And since I know from both words, forms and apex, I can tell you what are the similarities, the differences, and advantages of using apex. So let's get started with the similarities. And the first one is the language. So the language of Apex is SQL and PSQL. So if you are a forms developer, you don't need to learn anything new. You can leverage your existing knowledge and expertise to build beautiful, scalable, and secure applications using Apex. And beginning with Oracle Database 21c, the server-side language can also be JavaScript. The second similarity is the database-centric development. So using Apex, you can quickly build applications based on table definitions, just like forms. So you can go to Apex and add any type of page that you need. For example, you can add a form, a report, a map, a workflow, whatever you need in order to meet your business requirements. Also, if you need to connect to a remote data source, a remote database, or a REST service, that is also available in Apex. The third similarity is that both are support declarative features for building functional applications with minimal code. So you can go to any page of your application in Apex, right? And you can add more functionality that you need. You will find a different type of properties that you can adapt to based on your requirements. Also, you can find a wizard that allows you to create your application. You can add pages to your application in using the wizard as well. And it's going to be very similar on the way that you used to create your applications using forms. And the last similarity is the business logic. So if you already have procedures, functions, and packages in your database, you can reuse all of these to create your new Apex applications. Okay, now let's talk about what are the differences between forms and Apex. The first difference is that forms requires a full WebLogic server license in order to run your forms applications. On the other hand, with Apex, you only require Oracle Red Data Services, which is included and for no additional cost with any Oracle database. Another difference is that when you build your form, right, you have your FMV, then you will need to compile this FMV in order to get the FMX, which is the executable version of the form. And probably you will need to deploy this FMX in the proper server. In Apex, on the other hand, the application definition is stored as a metadata in the database. That means that you can go to any page on your application, make the changes that you need, you can save and run this page, and you can see those changes immediately, right? So it's totally different. Another difference is how and where you can run those applications. Forms applications are suitable for desktop only, and also you require a browser plugin or a Java Web Star in order to run those applications. However, in Apex, you can run your applications on any device. You don't need to do absolutely anything. Apex applications are totally responsive, and you can run those applications using any modern web browser, okay? And the last difference is the difficulty to style your forms applications. It's quite difficult to keep the style along the set of the forms applications that you have. And in the other hand, with Apex, out of the box, you are going to find a number of styles that you can use to adapt your applications, your style based on your requirements. You can use any of these theme styles that are available, or you can customize the style as you prefer. Also, of course, there are advantages of using Apex. And the main advantage is that if you already have an Oracle database, you can start using Apex right away. And there are no additional licensing costs. You don't have any type of restriction on the number of the users, applications, or anything, right? You are totally free to start using Apex. And also, there is a new advantage of using Apex is because as of Apex 24.1, now you have the Apex AI Assistant. This assistant will help you to create applications, to author code. It's like you are having a personal coach to help you with many development activities. Another advantage of using Apex is that you can reuse all the existing database objects that are available in your database. And actually, if you prefer, you can have forms and Apex coexisting using the same database objects. And lastly, and because of all of the similarities that I just mentioned, forms developers can be very productive in weeks using Apex. And of course, there are advantages of using Apex on Oracle Cloud. You can develop and deploy low-code applications on a secure and fully managed Apex environment on autonomous database that is highly available and compliant with regional data regulations. All right, so at this point, probably you are wondering yourself, what is the best approach? What is the best approach for me? Should I modernize my entire set of applications using Apex? Should I stay on Oracle Forms? Or maybe I can have both type of applications, right? And in order to understand what is the best approach, I have prepared this decision flow that you can see on the screen. And we have very basic questions, right? In order to know what is the best approach. So let's get started with the first question. It's about if you are using a supported version of Oracle Forms. If you say no, you are not using a supported version, the next question is, can you easily upgrade to a supported version of Oracle Forms? And if you say no again to this question, probably the best approach for you is to modernize your Forms applications using Apex. If we come back to the first question, in that case, you say, yes, I'm using a supported version of Forms. And then the next question is Forms meeting all the requirements? Because at the end of the day, the most important is that if the application that you are using is meeting all your requirements, okay? If you say yes, Forms is meeting all your requirements, okay, so you can stay on Oracle Forms. You don't need to modernize absolutely anything. But if you answer to this last question, no, Forms is not meeting all your business requirements, the next question is, are these requirements totally new, right? And if you say yes, these requirements are new, that means that maybe you can keep your Oracle Forms applications as it is today and start building the new functionality using Apex, okay? And if you would like to run this decision flow again to see what is the best approach for you, you can scan the QR code that is available on the slide. All right, so it's time for the demo. And for the demo, I have prepared this challenge for Paolo. Okay, we have two forms. One of them is about customers form. We are going to manage this form, manage all the details for the customers. As you can see at the left, we have the customers, right? And when the end user clicks on one of them, they will see the details for that particular customer, okay? So what are the alternatives that we have to modernize this form using Apex? So we can use a facial search page, or we can create an interactive report, or even we can try to replicate what we have here using a tree region, right? Let's see what Paolo is going to create. The second form is master detail, which is the orders form. And basically what we have here is in the master, we have the details for the order, such as the customer ID, the sales representative, the payment type, and other information. And at the bottom, we can see the details, which are the products that are related to this order. So we can see the description of the product, the price, the quantity, the item total, and also the order total. We can support a master detail in Apex as well, and actually we have different flavors or styles to do this type of supporting master detail. But also we have another components. For example, we can create a facial search or a smart filters. Let's see what Paolo is going to create. All right, so with that, let me go to my Apex environment. Okay, and before to start with the modernization, I would like to show you something. Okay, because you have two ways to create your Apex applications. You can use the create application wizard in order to create or add pages to your application. And you can find different type of pages, for example, a master detail, a map, an interactive report, a dashboard, whatever you need in order to meet your business requirements. But also we have a new option to create your application, and this is available as of Apex 24.1, that you can use generative AI. So you can use this Apex assistant to help you to create your application. So you can use natural language to help to ask this assistant to help you to create your application. And in order to use this Gen AI service, you will need to configure the service that you want to use, right? So let me show you how you can configure. So we went to the workspace utilities, and here you can find different AI providers that you can use to create this service. For example, let's select OCI Generative AI Service, and then you just need to enter the name of for example, the component ID, the credentials, and other details that are available here. Once you complete all of this information, don't forget to enable this option used by App Builder so you can use this service to create your applications or to support you in any other development activities. And with that, I'm going to pass the microphone to Paolo so he can show you how you can modernize the sample forms applications I showed you before. Over to you, Paolo.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Monica. Well, good morning, everybody. Now, let's go directly to do our demo. All right, I hope this is the right screen now.
Yeah, perfect, thank you.
Okay, so we are in our workspace area in which we can start creating our application, okay? So button create, and then I go to the create app using generative AI that Monica previously mentioned. And here we are with the Apex Assistants, in which I, with a natural language sentence, I start asking him an help to create an application with 2 pages. One as a faceted search for customers and one as a smart filters for orders. These are 2 kinds of reports we have in Apex, and customers and orders are 2 entities mapped to 2 tables we have in our environment. Let's see what it says. The Apex Assistant. Okay, he is proposing me this kind of application, a given name, and then the 2 reports. One is a faceted search, one is a smart filters for the 2 real tables I have in my environment, along with some features. I accept this proposal and I start creating the application based on his suggestions. Okay, I can do now in our Create Application wizard our manual modification and adjustments. For example, I want to call this as a forms modernization, a given number, for example. Then I want to change something in the 2 reports he provided to me. For example, I want to include a form for both customer and order reports. Okay, I accept all the defaults and then I create the application. So let's wait for a couple of seconds for the application wizard. Okay, we have our application and we explore it by running from here. Let me connect. And let's see what we have. Okay, we have our application. We have 2 reports, one for customers, okay, and the second for orders, as we've started sending our natural language statement or instructions to AI. What we have, the customer report is a faceted search report in Apex. That means we have 2 sections. One related to facets, I mean selected columns acting as a filters, country, credit rating, and region. And the second one, the real report, the alongside report reflecting the overall customers we have. Now, if we act in our filters, of course, and we do something like this, we have a dynamic adjustment of the other facets and the report itself. We can clear it. And another important thing to see is, look at these 3 dots. We can show a chart related to a facet. In this case, a country. We have a bar chart related, showing, of course, the values, the occurrences for each value. And of course, I can switch to the chart bar. The pie chart, sorry. And suppose I do another kind of actions on the filters. Of course, we see that our country facets in terms of, in this case, my chart is changed accordingly. Okay, let's clear and let's create this and this one. Now, look at this part of report. I have an icon pencil. I click on it, and if you remember, I included a form. This is a form related to a single row in the customer, having all the items for the customer. Now, let me go 1 second back to my report. I want to change this icon because it reflects not only the link to the forms, but also the customer ID. I want to have the customer ID here, and so I go to change something in the attributes of this page. If you look here, we have a developer toolbar. Since I'm running the application from the developer, workspace developer area. This page 1 reflects the page designer, okay, of our application. This is page about the customer form. What we see here is a 3 pane structures, in which the first one is the director, the tree structure pane. The second one is the physical layout. We can also have some help for each of this element. The third one reflects the properties of each of these elements. Okay, let's go to the columns here, the customer. Look at the ID. it is a link, but I don't want to have a pencil. I want to have the real ID. So I go here and change the link text to the real ID text, okay? Let me save it and let me run, okay? Now I have the numbers. Now let's go, let me click on the order ID 214. And this is what I have. This is the, okay, customer with several items in which I want to make some changes to this form, the customer form. For example, I want to reshuffle and restyle a little bit the items and do some changing to a specific item, the credit rating. Okay. By the way, let's look at the fact that a couple of these items are built, okay, in the customer attributes table and form in this case, as a list of values. Sales rep is a list of values. The region is a list of values. And it has been created automatically when including the form to our report. Okay, let's go to the page 2, reflecting the page of our customer form, and see what we have in our elements. Okay, look at the middle pane. I would like to have the phone item alongside my my name. Okay, and that's the same, the city. I would like to do the same with this one. And so I can drag and drop my elements. Not only, if I go to country, I can do either in another way. For example, to the property layer, I go to the P2 country. I just say, do not start a new row, and that's what I have. Okay, let me save it 1 second. And then before concentrating to this item, let's go to see why we do this. Okay, what you see here is another important set of utilities we have in Workspace. It is the SQL workshop in which you can do activities. We can browse the schema objects we were working on. We can run scripts. We can run SQL commands. In this case, I'm going to, in the object browser, I want to look at my customer table for which my report and form is created. This is the structure of my table, okay? My column is credit rating, for which a constraint is associated, is a check constraint, in which I can have only 3 values: excellent, good, and poor, in uppercase values. So I can go back to my page designer, okay, and I do my changes. Okay, in P2 credit rating actually is a text field. I want to change it as a radio group type. And I have 3 values, so I need to display all of them, 3 number of columns, okay? Now I need to feed these values, the 3 values we have seen, here in the list of values. And since I know that there are only 3 values, I can use it, I can configure it as a static values. And my values are this one, so excellent. And here in the return value, we need to provide the real table values, okay? Then good and poor, the third one. Okay, given this, let me remove the display extra values and null values and so on. Now, just to run the application, I can do in this way. I can go to the root application, okay? I can run the application from here. It is like refreshing the application itself and see what we can see here. And that's what we see. So some items, one alongside the other, state, country, address, city, and then the credit rating now displaying the values. And I can choose from one to another, okay? And this is a radio group type. Okay, so let's go to the order. The order form, the order report, sorry, is smart filter reports, in which I have, it's similar to facets search reports. We don't have the facets section, but we have some columns here selected as a chips, acting as filters. Look here, we have a customer with one of the values with the occurrences. If I click here, for example, it acts immediately as a filter, and the same, the other filters, the chips and the table, the changes are reflected accordingly to this, and so on. So we can do any kind of possibilities, even going directly from customer, clicking here, and I can choose another values and so on. Okay, now, first, look, we have the pencil icon that we will change to the ID, going to the orders, okay? This is the orders form for which I want to do something. But before doing this, let's go to the order report, page 3, and we change the icon to the real order ID. So this is the section in which we have our ID. And if you remember, we go to the link, since it is a link, in which the link text for me is the ID. Let's save it. Okay, let's go here and let's run it again. And this is what I have. Now, sorry, orders. Okay, look at this order ID 1, 2, 3. I want to do some more extension to this form because I want to add the list of items related to this order. The items filtered by this order identifier for this order information. So we are going to put some more information on this order form. So let's go to the page in my developer toolbar related to this order form. And since I want to put some more values, some more contents on this form, I create a new content, a region, in which I call it as order items. This content can be a report. So I choose it as an interactive reports, and I need to feed this report with values. And instead of doing putting a table, the items table, for example, I prefer to do a query. And here comes, again, in help, the Apex Assistant, because I can ask to Apex Assistant simply to say, hey, since I'm not so skilled in SQL, for example, let's put it in this way, I'll ask him and help to create a SQL query showing me the items related to the order, to this order identifier, filtered by the order identifier. And so let's see what it is doing. Okay, it's doing a query as an assumption, all the attributes for the from the item table as item with a given filter, assuming to the order ID. But I'm not satisfied for now, and I want to have more information because I want to add a column describing me the products. Okay, another entity, the products. And let's see what happens. Okay, Apex Assistant knows that there are two tables, s_items and s_products, put it in join together, and then with the order filter, okay? So I'm okay with this query. I just need to do one changes because I need to filter the real and the current ID of the order. What you see here as a P4 ID is the order ID of the form related to the page 4, and there will be the real value at the moment in which I open the form for the order identifier. And okay, we continue here as a P4 ID. We can save it, and let's go again to run our application. And this is what we have. Order Explorer. 1, 2, 3 as an order ID, and that's what I have now. It is interactive report embedded in our form. And these are all the items related to a given order with these attributes and an order ID. Look at the order ID I have. Now, I want to do some more actions on this report. And since it is an interactive report, I can do the actions directly from the application. Okay, for example, I have these columns. I can decide to hide some column. For example, I don't need to have the order ID displayed in the form, and I can put it as hidden. The same, for example, the quantity shipped. The description, I can change the sequence. I want to have it just prior of the quantity or just after the product ID, and so on. And that's what happens. Now, I have the items. I have the product, the price, the quantity of a given item. I want to do some more extensions on this report. For example, I want to do some computation, and then I'll do another operation. I want to have the total, the cost per single item, okay? And what I do for this, a new column is going to be created as an expression in which I put the unit price of my item multiplied by the quantity. I just provide the right format mask for me, and this computations provides me a new column, the total cost per single item. I want to aggregate now all these values, okay, by having the total cost per single order. And what I do, again, actions, data, I can aggregate these values. In this case, I want to the total sum of the total amount of the cost per all the overall items, okay, and I choose the total cost per item as an aggregation with the aggregation sum function, apply, and that's what I obtain, simply the sum of the total cost per item, so I have the cost for the overall order, okay? I apply changes, so to have this report, this kind of report in the form saved, and if I go to another order ID, I have this structure of the report saved and preserved, okay? Well, just to finish a couple of things, if I go to my pages here, you can have the list of pages from here. For example, you can go to the form page order, the page number 4 we worked just a few seconds ago. Other few things we can do is, if you click here, you can have components like process, which do some kind of actions. For example, in this case, we can does automatically a DML when processing the form. I change some values in the form. It is like an update, for example. I can create validations. For example, if I want to check the correct value of a given date, I have as a validation, you have plenty of possibilities. Expressions, for example, a given date greater or not greater than today, function body, items, and so on, written in SQL or in PL SQL language. Okay, given this, just for the sake of time, let's say that to recap, what we have done as a modernization scenario. We have seen the generative AI configuration for Apex 24.1, mentioned by Monica. We made use of generative AI, the AI assistant, in creating the application, okay? We made some manual modifications on radio group type for a single item and so on, and reshuffled a little bit the other items in our customer form. Then used again our AI assistant in creating the report, enhancing our form by putting a report of the items related to this orders form with manual. Then we added some computation and some aggregation on it. Well, given this, I say thank you, everybody, and now over to you, Monica.
Thank you so much, Paolo. All right, so let me share again. And I would like I put on the chat the link to the completed application. So in case that you want to explore the different options that I mentioned at the beginning of the demo, that we can modernize exactly the same form, but using different components in Apex, you can use the link that I provide and you can explore the different options. Notice that I also, in the homepage, I create a dashboard page so users can understand how the business is doing. So this is something that you can also create using Apex, all right? I will leave you the application so you can explore it, all right? Okay. So there are a number of questions on the chat, and one of those questions were about how to move the PSQL code that is inside of the form, how if there is a tool that automatically modernize those forms applications. We are going to see what is available, right? But before that, let me share with you how you can get started to do this type of modernization? We suggest to you perform a proof of concept. So you can feel comfortable using Apex, all right? So you can learn what are the Apex components available, right? And in order to do this type of proof of concept, the first thing that you need to do is to define a functional area. Maybe you can select a pair or a couple of forms in order to be modernized. And you will need to identify which database objects you will need to create your Apex applications. For example, which tables, which procedures or packages you are going to need, all right? And also, this is a good moment that you go and review the PLSQL code that you have in your form. Sometimes you have processes that nobody is using. You have PLSQL code that is inside of the form, but maybe this code is totally obsolete. Maybe it's time to simplify that code. Maybe you can enhance it, or sometimes you can discard that code. So it's a good moment to review what you have there and make decisions about it, right? Once you have that, you can go to your Apex environment and start creating the application. You can use the wizard or you can use the Apex AI assistant, but whatever you prefer in order to create the first code of your applications. And after that, you can enhance your application, your pages based on your business requirements. You can add the pages that you need, whatever you need, right, in order to build or to meet those requirements. And then you can run your application anytime, the many times that you want in order to perform QI tests. And if you need to enhance or to modify anything, you always can iterate from the previous step and make the changes that you need. Once your applications are completely okay, that is meeting all your business requirements, you can deploy those applications either on Oracle Cloud or on any other type of cloud or on premises as well. All right. And also, well, I forgot to mention something about the tool, because in Apex, as the product, we don't have a tool to magically modernize those forms, but there are commercial tools that you can use. So in a moment, I'm going to share with you the link so you will see the list of tools that are available for your modernization. And there is another question on the chat about what to do with the reports, right? Because we have talked a lot about what to do with the Oracle forms, but as you probably know, Oracle reports has been deprecated as of Fusion Middleware 12c Release 2, and Oracle recommends migrating those reports to Oracle Analytics Publisher, right, for reporting purposes. But also, there are Apex components that you can use to meet those requirements for the reporting that you have. For example, you can use the phaser search, interactive reports, interactive grids, or even you can use a chart. But in case that you have a pixel perfect report, maybe there are other tools that you can use. For example, I list here a couple of those tools that you can use. Of course, Oracle Analytics Publisher is also supported by Apex. You can use a new function available on OCI, which is Document Generator Prebuild function. Another tool is Apex Office Print, and another tool is Jasper Report Integration. You can explore any of these tools and see what is the best tool for you. All right, just to finalize this presentation, I would like to share these 3 success stories with you. These 3 customers have modernized their entire set of forms applications using Apex. But beyond that, I would like to share what was the benefit for each of them. For example, Savantage offers an ERP solution tailored to the needs of the United States federal market. And while they modernize their forms applications, they also reduce the time to market by 38%. Okay. Also, Humanic offers international payroll software, and they reduce the development time by 35%. And the last customer is the state of Louisiana. This is a government agency in the United States, and they save hundreds of hours of development effort when they move to Apex. So notice that not only you are going to get amazing features provided by Apex, the fact that you can run your application on any device, but also you are going to get something that probably you weren't expected while using Apex. All right, so I have a couple of resources to share. One of them is the Modernization Lab. So in case that you want to follow the steps that Paolo showed you today, and you want to see the completed application, you can use this lab. Here is the shortcut link. So what you are going to see here is how to analyze and map the forms components. You are going to set up the database objects needed for this sample Oracle Forms application that we provide, and then you can create and enhance the application. You are going to see all the steps. And also, there are useful blog posts. For example, one of them is the FAQ about Oracle Forms to Apex modernization. I told you before that there is a list of tools available that modernize or that actually simplifies the modernization process. So here you can find the list of consulting companies that provide the tool, right? There is also the general guide that you can learn more about the modernization and the top 10 reasons why Oracle Apex is ideal for Oracle Forms developers. And with that, that's all from our side. Thank you everyone for attending this presentation. I think Violeta would like to share more details.
Yes, thank you, Monica. Thank you, Paolo, for the great session today. I know, Monica, that we still have got a poll on your side to run, and I think it's the best time now. So let's run it. I would propose we save 1 minute or so for this one, and then we can go straight to the useful resources part that we would like to share with you. And of course, then we close the call. All right, so I see that most of our customers today will be interested in using and modernizing forms apps using Apex. This is great.
Oh.
I will share the results in a few seconds. Please stay with us until the end because we have another important thing to announce, and I wouldn't like you to miss it. Okay. I think this is stable now, so I'll end poll now, sharing quickly the results. I think it's great to see that most of you are interested in starting modernizing your current form apps with Apex. Okay, start sharing now. There is another poll that I would like to run, but this is at the very end of the session that I will tell you what is all about in a few seconds. So Regarding the live event sites, there are some resources that you might want to be aware of. The first one is our events page, where you can go and register for any of our cloud coaching upcoming sessions. There is also the Oracle developers page, where you can go and find a lot of other interesting events besides the cloud coaching program that we deliver today. And one note from our side, from the cloud coaching perspective, every week you will see a session in the schedule. So usually, most of the times, we schedule these events on a Wednesday basis at 11 a.m. CET. And when we build the let's say the pipeline of these events, we usually take into account your needs, and for that I will run now the last poll of the day, and this is about what other topics you'd like to see in the cloud coaching events. Keep in mind that we usually build the events way in advance, because we need to engage with a lot of teams like product managers, product development, or specialists in our organization. So this is why we work on them at least 2 months in advance. So whatever you will vote today, it will be seen most probably in December, January timeframe. Let's see. So you are heavily voting. That's so nice to see. By the way, there is also an option to put something in case we missed something. Of course, you can take the second question and fill in whatever you'd like to hear more about in our events. I would stay at least. Let's wait at least a couple of more seconds. Then we can go to the other stuff that we would like to announce. I think it is stable now, so I'm gonna end poll. Many thanks for taking the time to vote, and let's quickly share the results. So the most voted topic is the AI and application innovation, together with the Oracle Database 23 AI. Very, very interesting topics, and both of them will be part of the upcoming schedule in October and November. So keep an eye on our events page. There is an Oracle Database 23 AI session scheduled for November, and then we are planning an AI and application innovation to deliver also in November or December time frame. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing now and go through the next slide. So you have the possibility to book a call with our speakers today, with Monica and Paolo, to discuss on the topic. We only offer 2 and we name them internally boost calls, and they are 20 minutes long. But in case you'd like more, and there is a need for more customers to book this slot, feel free to ping us on Slack or on email, and we try to see how to accommodate these requests. So what is a boost call? Is a private call you can book with our speakers. As I said, please use the QR code that you see now on the screen to register, or feel free to copy or to open the bit.ly link that Tom just shared with you on chat. Then you have to fill in, of course, the details, and the sessions will take place on the 7th of October. The first slot is at 4 p.m. In the afternoon, and the second one is scheduled to take place at 4:30 p.m. Keep in mind that this is not a support call, nor a current workload discussion that you might have with Oracle. You can only ask questions based on what we covered, and I saw that there was a wall of questions on Q&A, and Victor and the whole team were very very busy providing answers. So maybe a boost event will help you to get more answers or more insights on whatever you are interested in. Okay, so another thing on the public Slack community, there is an Oracle cloud adoption bot available for you to use. And this one was fully built also on Oracle Generative AI Services and Oracle Database 23 AI by Bogdan and Liana in our team. Very easy to leverage the bot functionality. You will find it in the app side of the workspace. Then of course you have to type slash chatbot and put your question, and it will provide an answer on the go. So feel free to test it. Let us know if you like the experience. Let us know, of course, if you didn't like the experience. We are continuously working on the bot, and we try to make it better day by day. This is another page you might be interested in checking, and here you will find a lot of real life scenarios and solutions when it comes to Oracle AI services, like demo, getting started, learning paths, or a lot of source code that you would like to check, and some tutorial videos available as well. Feel free to save the page in case you are interested in learning more about our AI services. You have the link also on chat and on Q&A. And here is another slide with a lot of materials, documentation available. All those resources will be part of the presentation, of course, that you saw today, and we will share it on public Slack a bit later. In case you cannot join Slack for, of course, whatever reason, but you'd like to get a copy of the presentation, please email us on the email that you see now on the screen, and either myself or Tom will be happy to share it with you. Team, anything you would like to say? I see we responded almost all the questions. Right?
Yeah, there are many questions, Violeta. Probably we are not going to get the opportunity to answer all of them. But what we can do is maybe we can answer those questions on the Slack channel, so
Yeah.
you can get the answer all of that. So please keep posted on the Slack channel, and thank you everyone for participating today.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and we hope to see you soon again. Bye-bye.